envisioned the type of man I wanted. I prayed for the type of man I wanted, and I got pretty much that. Is he perfect? Absolutely not.
Tina Knowles is reportedly furious after her ex-husband, Richard Lawson, allegedly crossed a serious line and confirmed private details about Sir Carter, and the timing could not look more suspicious if it tried. The Super Bowl wraps up, fans are already side-eyeing Sir's absence again, and right on cue, Richard is suddenly out here spilling what sounds like some very personal family tea, and Tina is said to be heated about it. Sources are claiming Tina is scrambling behind the scenes, trying to shut the whole thing down fast, and some are even whispering about a possible gag order because this did not feel random at all. It felt planned, like someone waited for the perfect moment to drop it. What makes it louder is the silence from Beyoncé and Jay-Z. No statements, no denials, nothing at all. So now people are asking, was this a bitter ex trying to get attention, or did he accidentally speak on something that was never meant for the public? Either way, what was once a quiet divorce has flipped into pure chaos, and fans are watching every move. A lot of people already suspected that Tina's split from Richard was not as smooth as it was presented, and this alleged reveal just made that belief stronger. Him speaking on Sir like this, especially with all the timing lined up the way it did, has people thinking he waited for maximum impact. The Super Bowl had just taken place, and as always, Jay-Z showed up with Blue Ivy, Rumi, and Beyoncé right by his side. But once again, Sir was nowhere to be seen, and this has become a pattern people cannot ignore. Every year, it is Jay, Blue, Rumi, and Beyoncé in the stands. And when it comes to Sir, it is complete silence. This year, the comments got even louder, and fans were not holding back. Under posts, people wrote, "Another damn, we ain't seen the boy. I wonder why they never show that son of hers." Others added, "Has anyone ever seen the boy, the other twin? And why is Sir never shown?" The curiosity was heavy, and it was not the first time people questioned why he stays out of sight. The same energy popped up during the Cowboy Carter tour when Rumi and Blue were seen on stage, shining in front of thousands, and Sir was not present at the shows. That had social media buzzing again, with people wondering what was really going on. So when he missed another Super Bowl, the talk grew louder, and that is when Richard allegedly decided to speak up. According to insiders, Richard reportedly said in a recent conversation that Sir Carter, Beyoncé, and Jay-Z's youngest son is dealing with serious developmental challenges. Now, this is important because online whispers about this have floated around for years, but they were always treated as rumors, never confirmed. What shocked people is that Richard allegedly spoke about it like it was established fact, not speculation. He reportedly went further and claimed that Sir also struggles with attention-related challenges that make big public settings overwhelming for him. Again, this is all alleged, and none of it has been officially confirmed by the parents. But if true, it would explain why packed concerts, stadium events, and massive crowds might not be the right space for him. Fans had already speculated about autism before, but adding another alleged diagnosis made the conversation feel heavier and more personal. At the same time, many people online pointed out that discussing a child's health publicly, especially without the parents' consent, crosses a major boundary.
Somebody wants to join.
And cut.
Regardless of what is true or not, most agree that a child deserves privacy. It also adds context to why Beyoncé and Jay-Z appear extra protective when it comes to Sir. They have always guarded all their children closely, especially after Blue Ivy faced harsh criticism online as a baby. If the internet could be that tough on a toddler, people can only imagine how cruel some corners of social media might be toward a child with different needs. Since the twins were born, there has been a clear difference in how often Rumi appears compared to Sir. Rumi has slowly been introduced into the spotlight in controlled ways, popping up in visuals, appearing in select Instagram moments, and even being photographed during certain family outings. Meanwhile, Sir has stayed almost completely private, with no public photos since he was very young and no event appearances. That contrast has always sparked curiosity, but now, with Richard's alleged comments floating around, people are looking at the situation through a different lens. Instead of random absence, some are interpreting it as intentional protection. Still, it is important to remember that none of these claims have been confirmed by Beyoncé or Jay-Z themselves. There is also speculation that Beyoncé may have subtly hinted in past interviews about embracing differences and creating safe environments for children to grow at their own pace. Some fans are connecting dots, while others are calling for respect and privacy. At the end of the day, what started as whispers about a Super Bowl appearance has turned into a full-blown conversation about boundaries, family loyalty, and whether some things should never leave the inner circle. When she spoke about her daughters, she said, it's important to me that they see themselves as CEOs, as bosses, and that they know that they can write the script for their own lives, that they can speak their minds and have no ceiling. They don't have to be a certain type or fit into a specific category. She was clearly focused on power, confidence, and ownership, making it clear she wants her girls to move like leaders and never shrink themselves for anyone. But when she spoke about her son, Sir, the tone shifted in a noticeable way. She said, I hope to teach my son not to fall victim to what the internet says he should be or how he should love. I want to create better representation for him so he is allowed to reach his full potential as a man, and to teach him that the real magic he possesses in the world is the power to affirm his own existence. That hit differently for a lot of people because it sounded protective, almost like she knows the world can be harsh and she is determined to shield him from it. Now here is where things get even louder. The Carters have said absolutely nothing about these recent claims. No statement, no denial, no pushback, just complete silence from Beyoncé and Jay-Z. Yes, they are known for guarding their kids' privacy, but this level of quiet has people analyzing every move like detectives. And think about it, when Kanye West made those awful comments about the twins, the reaction was immediate and intense. Reports said they were furious and even considering legal action. But this time, with something allegedly coming from someone who is actually close to the family, there is no public reaction at all. That contrast is what has people confused. And then you factor in that this allegedly came from Richard Lawson, Tina's ex-husband, and the timing starts to feel layered. He and Tina did not exactly part ways in a fairy tale split, and now people are wondering if this was truly an innocent slip or a subtle jab aimed at Tina through her grandkids. That is the part that has social media in a frenzy. What is really catching attention is that during their divorce, Tina reportedly had Richard sign an NDA. According to reports, he was not allowed to speak publicly about their children or grandchildren. On top of that, they allegedly agreed to a non-disparagement clause, acknowledging their intent to handle the dissolution amicably and to mutually approve any statements about the divorce. They also reportedly agreed not to speak negatively about their children, grandchildren, or spouses. So now people are saying, did Tina already suspect he might try something like this? Because if those agreements are real, and if these alleged comments happened, that could be a serious issue. The streets are whispering that Richard knows a lot about Tina and the Carters after being married to her for 9 years. 9 years may not sound like forever, but that is still a long time to be close to one of the most private families in entertainment. They actually met years ago when Tina was pregnant with Beyoncé. Sparks were rumored to have flown back then, but nothing official happened at the time.
And the type of man I wanted, I prayed for the type of man I wanted, and I got pretty much that. Is he perfect? Absolutely not, but you know, he has a lot of the qualities. He has a lot of the qualities that that I love, and we're having a really good time, and I'm enjoying life. So there is hope, women.
Later, after Tina divorced Matthew Knowles, she and Richard reconnected and eventually married. Some chatter has suggested that their connection may have started before Tina's split from Matthew was finalized, but that has never been confirmed. To add another layer, Beyoncé's former vocal coach, David Brewer, once shared a story that raised eyebrows. He wrote, I soon discovered that although I'm happily married, Celestine was not suffering all by herself. Going over to the main house to retrieve my keyboard one afternoon, I happened upon Celestine kissing the man. I recognized him immediately. Richard Lawson, a famous actor. The startled Celestine had no choice but to introduce me. Talk about awkward, she was supposed to be at her salon. I extended my hand to Rashard, telling him how much I admired his work, and he nodded. It's a pleasure, he said. After letting him out of the house and his steam turned, Richard is my cousin. She said he's told that stuff. That story has floated around for years, though none of it was ever legally confirmed. Eventually, Tina and Richard did marry after her divorce from Matthew, but reports later suggested cracks began to show in their relationship. Some observers felt there were moments where tension seemed visible in public appearances, and rumors of strain quietly followed them. Now, with all of this resurfacing at once, the situation feels intense. Between the old stories, the divorce agreements, and the alleged recent comments, people are questioning motives, timing, and loyalty. And with the Carters staying silent, the speculation is only getting louder. When fans started saying it was strange that she made those comments, she did not back down at all. Instead, she doubled down and wrote, "I am careful not to confuse excellence with perfection. Excellence I can reach for perfection is God's business." That response felt intentional, like she wanted to make it crystal clear that nobody walking this earth is flawless. She even added in her caption, "I came across this quote this morning. I could not agree more with Michael J. Fox. I believe any human who thinks that they are perfect or someone else could be perfect is delusional. I believe that only God is perfect." That message hit social media hard because some people felt like she was responding to more than just a random quote. Now, the real question floating around is this: is Richard trying to get his lick back at Tina by dragging her grandkids into grown folks' drama? Some believe it feels like a subtle jab, especially since he was around during some of Beyoncé's most difficult moments, including her struggles with infertility and the terrifying complications during her pregnancy. In her Vogue interview, Beyoncé openly shared, "I was 218 pounds the day I gave birth to Rumi and Sir. I was swollen from toxemia and had been on bed rest for over a month." She explained that it had been major surgery and that during childbirth, some organs can shift temporarily and in rare situations even be moved during the process. She made it clear that her body went through something serious and that healing was not instant. She said she needed real time to recover, not just physically but emotionally too. There are also medical studies that show complications like preeclampsia can sometimes come with higher developmental risks for children. And that is something doctors openly discuss in general terms. Still, every child is different, every pregnancy is different, and no one situation defines another. That is why many people feel that connecting dots publicly, especially about a child, crosses a sensitive line. So now fans are saying if Richard really shared private health details, that would be next level petty. According to insiders, Tina is reportedly furious and feels he stepped way out of bounds. The talk is that legal teams may already be looking at stronger restrictions to make sure he never speaks on her family again. If any agreements were violated, that could come with serious consequences. This is where the situation turns messy, because if those comments were truly made out loud, there is no easy way to pull them back. That would not just be casual gossip. That would be exposing something deeply personal that the family has clearly chosen to handle privately. And if rumors about tightening a gag order are true, that shows just how intense things may be behind closed doors. Now the questions are stacking up fast. What exactly was covered under that NDA? How much information was meant to stay locked away? And how far will this go before someone finally addresses it head on? The silence right now feels heavy, like everybody is waiting for the next move. One thing is clear, this story is not wrapped up yet. The tension is building, the whispers are getting louder, and that quiet energy in the air feels like the calm before something major shifts. This whole situation feels bigger than just gossip on a timeline. It touches on privacy, loyalty, and how far people are willing to go when relationships fall apart. When families split, emotions can run high and sometimes words get said that cannot be taken back. What makes this even more intense is that we are talking about children who did not sign up for any of this spotlight. No matter what adults are dealing with behind closed doors, most people agree that kids deserve protection and peace. That is why the alleged comments hit so differently for so many fans. Some people believe this is just messy post-divorce tension playing out in public view. Others think there may be deeper frustrations that have been building for years. When two people share nearly a decade of marriage, there are bound to be secrets, memories, and unresolved feelings tucked away. And let's be real, when NDAs and non-disparagement clauses enter the chat, you already know things are serious. Those kinds of agreements are not drafted for no reason. They are meant to keep personal matters from turning into public headlines. Still, silence can speak volumes too. Beyoncé and Jay-Z have built their brand on control, precision, and protecting their inner circle. If they are choosing not to respond, that could mean they are handling it privately, legally, or simply refusing to give more attention to speculation. At the same time, the internet moves fast and loud. Every post, every caption, every old interview gets pulled back up and analyzed like it is evidence in a courtroom. Fans connect dots, build theories, and create full storylines in a matter of hours. But here's the truth. Unless someone directly involved steps forward with clarity, a lot of this will remain alleged and unconfirmed. Social media can amplify whispers into headlines overnight. That does not always mean the full picture is being shown. What we are witnessing might just be a moment where emotions, timing, and past relationships collided in the worst way possible. Or it could be something much simpler that got blown out of proportion by online chatter. One thing is undeniable, though. The spotlight on this family has never been dim, and every move is watched closely. When privacy meets fame, the balance is fragile. Right now, it feels like everyone is holding their breath, waiting to see what happens next. Will there be a legal move, a statement, or continued silence? Nobody knows for sure. But if history has shown anything, it is that this family does not move without strategy. And whatever the next chapter is, you can bet it will shift the conversation all over again.